Alright. Man, I don't normally do this a whole lot as a person, but it has been requested by a lot of people, and a lot of people who know me personally have known back in the beginning of September I was in an accident. I was rendered unconscious. I had a breathing stick down my throat. I was on a respirator, life support. I was in CCU for about 3 weeks before I was discharged. I remember one of the nurses telling me my brother came, and when he saw me immediately, he started throwing up. And I had no recollection of it, even though I was wide awake. I talked to my cousins, and they told me they went and seen me in the hospital. They walked in right back out because I looked like I just got into a fist fight with Jason Voorhees. And me personally, anyone who's seen me in the hospital, anyone who just knows about the accident itself will tell you I should be dead right now. So I am very thankful to be alive. And I remember I came home after being in the hospital for about 3 weeks. Yes, forgive me, I need coffee. Pretty tired at the moment. But I came home, and my nephew, my 2-year-old nephew, everyone knows me and him are just like that. I mean, he loves me, and he couldn't look at me without crying. And I completely spaced it, but then I remembered while I was in the hospital, the doctor told me every bone in my face was fractured. My skull had gotten crushed. Oh my God, my shoulder itself was dislocated. I mean, both my legs were fractured. There was a good chance I probably would not have been able to walk again. I was just going to be confined to a wheelchair. And I came home about a week before my surgery. I kind of spent here just enjoying, your own home, so to say. And I could my jaws were so smashed, I could barely eat anything. I mean, even drinking like a Coke, water, juice, anything like that hurt my throat so bad. It was unbearable. My rib cage was broken. And all 4 of the retinas here in my eyes were all destroyed. And there's no doubt that, I was pretty banged up. There's no doubt. I was pretty much incapacitated. And it was a lot. Then surgery came. I had to have my head reconstructed, my entire face reconstructed. Not sure if you guys can see here my scar on my head here. I think it was a total of 8, I believe, 7 or 8, one of the two. But when I had woke up, I couldn't open my eyes, and I remember I heard the nurse talking, and she goes, "No, sweetheart, surgery was done about 2 hours ago. Just lay back down. We'll get you. Your ride will be here tomorrow. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning." And everyone knows I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, and that was their opening game, and that was the first one I had missed in years. And man, we all chuckle about it to this day. And I said, "Man, did the Eagles at least win their opening game?" She goes, "The Philadelphia Eagles?" She goes, "No, I'm a fan of theirs too." I was like, "Hey, screw this, I'm going back to bed." It's just, making the most of a bad situation. God, coffee is great, ain't it? I went back to bed. I had 50 staples placed in my head. I had 2 drains here in the side of my ears. And what sucked is like when I went to sleep, I couldn't toss and turn because of those drains. So I pretty much had to lay there on my back with my eyes closed at all times. And after about a few days, I was finally able to open AI. I had to take my hand here and just literally pry my eye open and keep it that way. Then a few days, about right after I got my staples removed, I did the same thing with this one. And God, it was good, you know, just to be able to play video games, watch movies, just, you know, look again. And after that, you know, my body was still incredibly sore. You know, 5,000 pounds of metal just kind of crashed into my body physically. My shoulder, my arm alone was so damaged that, I mean, you can see doing this was like a day at the gym. And I'm not even joking. Like, I could barely lift a can of soda, a 20, you know, those 20 ounces you always get at the gas station when you're on your way out somewhere. It was very difficult, and God, this is the first time I've opened up in a while, so you'll have to work with me here. And you know, my leg, both my legs here, both of them were damaged really bad. I had a bilateral fracture. There was a doubt if I would even walk again. And my left leg was not as bad, but my right leg was the main one, and just doing that was pretty tough on me myself. After a while, you know, my strength started coming back. You know, the can of soda turned into a 20 ounce, the 20 ounce turned into a 1 liter, and a 2 liter, so to say. And, you know, I was really just coming along, you know, just not being bored. And when my arm finally started getting some strength back, I was like, okay, maybe we can start lifting something, you know, to help get pressure, you know, add some more strength to it. And one thing, I didn't have really a lot of stuff in my, you know, weights in my apartment that would help, but I did have something which practically became my signature trademark. The Keyblade. Yes, that is a replica of one from Kingdom Hearts. I did a Sora cosplay. There are pictures on my Facebook and many other pages. You guys can look at them if you want. And that started helping, and I remember the doctor telling me with my leg that it was going to be next to impossible for me to walk again. And I don't know if it was just me, something inside my head, but that just pissed me off. It's like, nah, dude, come on. I call the shots around here, you know. And I remember I sat on my couch and I stood up on my left leg, and as I raised my right one to like this, either A, I was taking the step, or B, my head was going through the TV. So obviously I'm walking again. You know, I just kept practicing day in and day out, time and time. I am doing a lot better now. I am in I passed all my therapy classes, physical therapy. I know there's been a lot of people who was at my side whether I was in the hospital, at home. They would call, text, swing by my apartment, send me a message on Facebook. And, I mean, whether it be shoot the shit or just fucking do something, you know, watch a movie, whatever. And it Everyone sent their thoughts, prayers, wishes. It is very appreciative. You guys have no idea. And I remember I was in the hospital. I believe it was my brother. I can't remember who brought it, but my coworkers from work had all gotten me a get well soon card. You know, hey, get better, hope you get stronger, all this and that. And those guys have been a big help at my new store and old store. They've been great. Friends, family, everyone who's came to see me, called me, everything. It's amazing. You guys really rock. But overall, I think the one thing that really hit me in the heart, mind, was back when I was in the wheel, I had to stay in the wheelchair. I couldn't do anything. Like, I'll show you my kitchen here. I pretty much had to wheel in, hop on one leg to open my fridge, reach my arm in to get drinks. My bathroom, I pretty much had to wheel to the door here, one leg, kind of hop to get to the toilet. A lot of stuff. I know it is what it is, but I was embarrassed. I mean, I'd use one of those, I don't know what you want to call it, cups that the hospitals give you to use the bathroom in. I had to wear man diapers, and a lot of people know me. I'm a very proud individual, and I felt so embarrassed. Like, there's no definition of how bad I felt about the whole thing. But I, was fighting mental challenges, physical, emotional. It was very difficult, and you guys, friends, family, everybody, you guys are the best, really. You helped get me here. And I didn't think about it because I was, with all the head injuries, my memory ain't what it used to, and my mind was sort of all over the place. I believe it was a good friend of mine I've known since about my freshman year in high school. He came over and I went to the kitchen to get us a Mountain Dew. And he had told me, he goes, man, this seems crazy, but you look just like your dad right now. And I don't know what happened, but that just set me off in a good way. A lot of people don't know my dad was in a wheelchair. He was taking about God knows how many meds with all his head surgeries. And I started thinking to myself, I was like, man, do I really? And I miss my dad to death. He died back in 2010. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love my dad to death, but I think this is one time I gotta tell him, fuck you, dude. Nah, we ain't. We had the same name, same hobbies, interests, etc. But I'll be damned if we share that same fate. So that really pushed me to keep going, instead of spending dead time feeling sorry for myself on the couch. Hey, get up and, start exercising. And, well, here I am now. I am back at work. Have been for about 6 weeks now. Again, the coworkers are all great. Every time I come in the door, hey, how you feeling? You doing better? It really is a lot. It means a lot. But mainly, one thing I do want to get through to everybody is, if you're driving, please stay off your phone. If it's that important, pull off to the side, pull into somebody's driveway, something. Don't text, don't take a phone call, don't make a phone call, don't send a text. Don't even think that voice to text feature is a good idea. Because, I mean, I don't want to see anyone go through this like I did. It has been a pain in my ass, but, I mean, I'm surviving. I just wish everyone the best of luck. And, again, you guys really have helped me out a lot.